Why are you like that? You don't just want to hear me sing over again.
What's up?
That's not nice.
What?
That's not nice.
That was a glitch.
There's some people on TikTok who think I'm signing artists and chatting me up and saying, and I'm like, no, I don't sign artists. I have been signed. Like, you guys, please, don't call my DM. Good morning, Lagos. Ayana, check your time. You see that is 13 minutes past 10 o'clock. Right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is What's Up, Lagos. Every day we come here, we just sit down, we ask you, how are you? And we listen to you. We're like therapists. From now to 12, that's what we do every day.
That's our calling.
You say you need money, you say, okay, level 45, we'll give you money.
Today's
every today now I give you one person 50,000 naira. It's not easy to be a billionaire. The burden on your shoulders, look. I can't talk enough. I can talk about it enough.
The millionaires, we
make them. They come to us daily. I don't sleep till 3 in the morning just because I'm attending
20.
Because I'm attending to people's financial needs.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we can be helping people outside the radio, why don't you just come and do it on the radio?
That's how we do it here. Yeah.
But then, welcome. Today being Friday, don't forget, money to be giving out to one person who will listen to me, who is under the sound of my voice somewhere in this Lagos, somewhere in Ekpe, somewhere in Awoyaya, somewhere in Yanokwaja, Yepeda, Oshodi, Yaba, everywhere, in fact, anywhere in Nigeria. If you're listening to me right now and you can, please go to www.oneplay.ng. That thing, I feel like it might just fill your tank. If it doesn't fool it, it will fool it somehow. Change your motor. Buy small
50K.
Right. So do that. If you don't have a smartphone, you want to use the USSD code that is just as effective as the website, okay? Which is *347*880*3# with 500 naira or more, depending on your financial power. You can just win this money we're talking about. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Let the best man win.
A woman. As the case may be.
Let's take a break, Lagos.
Life can be fun,
but life in itself can be hard.
Every single day, we wake up to all kinds of stories.
Some good.
And in sports, Nigeria's Tobias Musso has set a new 100 meters hurdles world record.
Some bad.
And some outrageous.
A 29-year-old woman, Oluchi Badugba, has been arraigned before an Ogba magistrate court for allegedly beating up her brother's wife.
This is Sound Off,
where we bring these issues to the fore.
You can hear this Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
on WhatsUp Lagos 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Keep it dates.
All right, the federal government has approved 4 billion naira for conditional cash transfers to vulnerable households in Nigeria. During the launch of the 2025 Nigeria Humanitarian Needs and Response Plan at the United Nations House in Abuja on Thursday, that's yesterday, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Prof. Netanyahu Yilwada, announced the interventions to address the country's deepening humanitarian crisis. This move is expected to support at least 10 million displaced households, primarily targeting the most vulnerable members of society. Stretch, calm down. The cash transfer program is set to begin in February and continue through April, aiming to alleviate the immediate needs of families. Like if you want to buy gas, buy all these small things.
Read what is there.
Affected by displacement,
On the edge.
particularly in the northeast. Additionally, Additionally, the government has approved 2 billion naira in interest-free loans to farmers, specifically those in rural communities, to boost food production and self-sufficiency, right? Now, they say that we are prioritizing women, especially widows, pregnant women, and those with disabilities. The experiences of displaced women, particularly those facing pregnancy or disability, are especially challenging. We understand these vulnerabilities and will continue to support those who are most in need. The president has approved the ministry's plan to begin paying conditional cash transfers. I don't even understand. To 10 million displaced households between February and April. This initiative aims to support those most in need, particularly vulnerable families affected by displacement. Additionally, the government has allocated 2 billion naira to provide interest-free loans to farmers in rural communities, and these loans will range from 300,000 naira to 400,000 naira per household, helping farmers access necessary resources and linking them to market opportunities. Furthermore, a 4 billion naira program has been approved to support vulnerable groups through cash transfers, targeting families affected by natural disasters and other crises. And these interventions are part of the government's broader strategy to alleviate poverty and provide relief to those in urgent need. 2K. Okay. It further emphasized the government's commitment, addressing the needs of internally displaced persons, returnees, and affected communities across Nigeria.
I like the part that the female-headed households experience higher rates of hunger than male-headed ones, and this is where we will focus much more
single mothers
of our efforts, ensuring access to food, water, healthcare, and safety.
Love this.
For those women in one of our top priorities. The head of the UN Office for the Coordinating and Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. Trond Jensen, provided an overview of the situation, noting that 7.8 million women, men, and children across Borno, Adamawa, Yobe states will require humanitarian assistance in 2025.
So this is different from the 75,000.
Wait now.
Okay.
So now I want to, first of all, what is
so
cash transfer? I want to understand what that means.
Transfer now.
What is cash transfer?
Cash transfer means that they will transfer cash to you.
If you check it, what is the meaning of cash transfer? It's either tautological or ambiguous. If you are saying transfer, if you are saying cash, you are giving me cash, you are transferring money. We know you can't transfer air or water. So I'm saying, does this mean that you will withdraw money and transfer the money by giving someone in their hands? I don't have a problem with all these things that have been written out. The main problem I have here is
basically it's just payment of money now. They are paying money.
Payment. So it's ambiguous. Are you telling me that you're going to get their bank accounts, or you're going to get it physically and give it to them? That's the problem I've always had with these.
Maybe they will ask them, which one do you want, cash or transfer?
So that's the problem. The only problem I've had with these ventures, the venture is a laudable one on paper, but the carrying it out.
Did you say bank transfer? You said cash
transfer. So in other words, it's going to be
okay. It's like this. See, the cash is in my hand. I'll transfer it to you.
That's what I'm saying. So so that's the problem. And when you do that, many companies in Nigeria and the world over have stopped doing cash, because when you do cash, you're creating an avenue for pilfering for those that have sticky fingers. If you're saying you're transferring money to people, no, really.
Rest in Jesus' name. Are you not even talking about the fact that this year they are actually putting Nigerians in mind? This is aside the 5,000 transfers that we get to
what I'm trying to say is this.
Could also
in retrospect, if you've been giving money since this administration started and we are not seeing the effect down, it means the means at which you're doing
and so it's just to solve urgent needs. It's urgent problems.
No. Okay, so if your problem is urgent from January to April, what happens at the end of that?
So there is another one again for this year, 75,000 for this year that they used to hold body. This one is from February to April. They'll give them from February to April. Not like they'll giving them every month, but they will spread it around that time. So aside from going to get another 65,000 naira again, and they'll get to the vulnerable, the poorest of the poor, and they have immediate needs like eating now. Just that's all we need. They don't want to buy gas, build houses, or they don't have all those dreams. And
I am saying, if you do this with the taxpayers' money, can you let us see how transparent this is?
It's transparent.
Cash
transfers
in 2025, cash is not transparent. No.
These people don't have accounts now. So give them, let them spend it now. They need the money
now. Are you
now.
telling me that 75 million Nigerians,
70 million Nigerians,
70 million
approximately
Nigerians
70 million.
don't have accounts?
I mean, for the poorest of the poor,
Yes.
they probably don't have. They've done the research, Stretch. You don't trust these people. That's trust issues. Trust issues at this
So
point.
please, if you're going to do this, and because I'm bothered, if from the day you've started doing this thing, we've seen that people have been lifted out of poverty, then it will be good. But it looks as if the system, whatever you're doing is not getting to the base. Whatever you're doing is not getting to that base. So please, can you switch that style? It's not working. It doesn't seem to be bringing them out of that poverty mark. Please, can we do something else? All right.
Big up to Netanwi Yowada. Great job to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. You are doing. I don't know what Stretch is saying. I know you have done your research.
Transfer.
You know who these people are. You know how to get them, and this is what they need.
One place not doing cash transfer.
Kudos. That was sound off.
I'll take you to Lagos.
Life can be fun.
But life in itself can be hard.
Every single day, we wake up to all kinds of stories.
Some good.
And in sports, Nigeria's Tobias Musso has set a new 100 meters hurdles world record.
Some bad.
And some outrageous.
A 29-year-old woman, Oluchi Badugba, has been arraigned before an Ogba magistrate court for allegedly beating up her brother's wife.
This is Sound Off,
where we bring these issues to the fore.
You can hear this Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
on WhatsUpLagos 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Keep it date.
Can I have your attention, please?
The news, information, and the right conversation are here on Nigeria Info.
This type of wicked attack has affected in the other part of this country. So that's what this is ourselves.
I'm not supporting stealing, but these politicians need to be taught a lesson.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.